Hello, this is Tilford Thomas of Thomas Computers, and I just want to inform the community of the latest and greatest scam out there. If anything pops up on your computer informing you to call someone, please don't call that number, because those are the hackers. They have charges and fees up to $275 or more, and so you don't want to get caught up in that. The best advice I can give you is to turn your computer off and come see me at Thomas Computers.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Chip, and you are watching New Way to Live Network. Bang. There's no script. Okay, we're here with Dr. Hood Visions Live on YouTube and of course Facebook, and we're here to be of support, because who can be against trying to get illegal weapons off the street? Who can be against children not having weapons? Who can be against talking to our community about the violence and the destruction and the devastation that's taking place in our families? And today we're going to have a continuation. I understand yesterday I was out of town, but I understand that was a rally, there was some arrests made. But again, that's not going to deter us. I mean, we've been on this journey for thousands of years. I mean, for those who are biblical scholars of here, you know. And so what we're saying is that we're here today, and I'll let Pastor introduce himself and let us know what's going to take place this evening at his church and why, and what is expected to go after that. Let me just say this: I'm a veteran of events. I'm just not about events. I'm about movement. Yeah. You know, I talked to a young man earlier today, and he said they're thinking about doing a boycott. I said, "Man, why are you doing a boycott? A boycott means you're going to stop something for a little while, and then you're going to start back. We need to stop it. We need to change our lifestyle and start building instead of begging." So, I mean, that's just me. So at this time, I want you to mention what's going on at the church tonight, absolutely. And also we'd like to have the march to express, you know, showing what community policing, community marshalling is all about. Okay.
Anderson, and I am a volunteer here at the Liberty Theater. We have many programs for children. I'm going to highlight just one for you this afternoon, and that's the performance choir. This is a group of children who come together every Monday night for 1 hour to sing. We have an instructor, a well-trained music director who comes, teaches the children the songs. They all get lead parts, and I love watching them grow in confidence and in being so brave to go before a group, and they just learn so many things. Right now we have about 15 students. Our goal by Christmas is to have 50 students. The cost is nominal. We pay $15 a month, and that money goes to pay the instructor. So I hope you'll come out on Mondays and bring your children just for a trial to see if they like it. And I guarantee you they will, and I guarantee you that this will serve them so well in the future. Hope to see you here. Take care.
Hello, this is Cedric Mitchell, and watch me on Tax Tips right here on New Way to Live.
Pastor Curtis Crocker, Metropolitan Baptist Church, and thank you, Dr. Hood, for this opportunity to talk to you and talk to the people in this great city of Columbus, Georgia. One of the things that is inspiring me or that I'm passionate about is that we as a race of people, yes, we do matter. I'm a strong advocate that all people matter, but at the same time, we have to recognize that we matter also. And what it appears to be is that we've been put on the back burner when our lives are being taken, so forth and so on. So I applaud what NAACP is doing, and Dr. Hood as far as the gun buyback. Now this afternoon at 6 p.m. in Metropolitan Baptist Church. Yesterday we had a rally, a march. Today we want to talk about what can we do in the community, because I can let you know now that my heart is saying enough is enough. So if it's going to be enough, what does that mean? That means that we as a people we have to make the first step. How do we do that? We come and talk about what we're going to do within our own community to make sure that our children are not dying on a regular basis. What can we do to address the issue of elected officials? We got people right now that can be our elected officials, but if we get out and vote, what can we do as an individual? What can we do as a family to make sure that these things that are happening in our community right now are not happening no longer? You see, we've got this person that's running for president. He's saying we want to take America back. I don't really understand what that means, but I do understand what it means. But at some point in our lives, we got to be able to educate ourselves and see the painting that's actually on the wall. What does it mean, take our country back? It means to me that enough is enough. So I'm inviting everyone to come out at 6 p.m. Come out. We're going to talk. We're going to have some dialogue about what can we do as a race of people. What can we do as individuals, as men and women of God? It doesn't matter if you're going to the mosque, the temple, or the church. Come and let's talk about what we can do as a people, because it's time out. Enough is enough. So thank you so much, Dr. Hud, for this opportunity. God bless you. Continue to do the good work that you're doing. Continue to be a voice for this community, as we've already discussed. We've got to make a stand, and we've got to be a voice for individuals who don't really understand. Amen? So thank you. One love. Amen.
And that's the whole idea, as Marshall come up with that we stand on the shoulders of people who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the least we can do is stand out here and try to advocate for some better life.
Yeah.
I mean, and who's going to celebrate our life if we're not going to do it? Absolutely. People going to take offense because we're not talking about everybody else's life. Everybody else's life is not being shot every opportunity for all types of illicit reasons. So therefore, no, our life matters. You tell your child mothers when they growing up, you Black lives matter. So that means you don't only take care of your life, but all other Black lives as well. So as long as we do that, I was in the Panther Party some years ago, brother, and we used to say white power for white people, red power for red people, brown power for brown people, and black power for black people. Right. And people don't get upset till you get to that part. Right. It's bad for all the power for everybody else, but when you get to this part, but it can't be righteous unless it's righteous all the way around. It's justice all the way around. So Marshall, of course, is always a pleasure. You've always been a model community representative of what law enforcement is all about. And you come into a tradition now here in Columbus, Georgia, one of the few places where law enforcement actually protested by taking off their badges and taking off their patches because of the influence of Ku Klux Klan tradition in Columbus, Georgia. And I'm just going to say this. We have to understand very clearly. And this is not saying all police are Ku Klux Klan. But the fact of the matter is that my understanding is that the Ku Klux Klan laws used to be over the police department. That's what I was told when I was a little boy. I mean, so maybe that was wrong. Maybe somebody out there got some better information.
Was wrong.
But that was what I understood. So my point is that we have to make sure also that policemen begin to say when they're wrong. Don't just come to us when someone of our community or other communities do something wrong. So why don't y'all speak up? Well, when somebody as a law enforcement wear the blue, why don't all the blue step up when somebody murders somebody in cold blood? Is that what WWJD? In case you don't know, what would Jesus do? Marshall, and what do you think about what you see here on the back of this truck?
I'm Marshall Gray, countryman. Marshall, Dr. Hill, let me say, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be on your show, and I want to speak to the weapons and all. It's a great thing what's going on today because of the things that's been happening in our community that we can no longer stand. Because if you don't stand for something, then what are you sitting for? And so we have to make sure that our voices are heard, and to look at the weapons that we have here today. We have 9 weapons that are no longer on the street. It was once said that you can predict the future if you control the environment. Our biggest problem is that we need to learn how to control our environment. Therefore, we can predict what will happen.
Right.
We had 9 people to come in and turn in weapons here. Some of these weapons are assault weapons.
Right.
You see the magazines here. These magazines, this magazine here will hold probably about 19 or 21 rounds.
Yeah, and more than that.
And
30
so when that happens, you have somebody that can be shot or assaulted that number of times. And this is not it's hard for public safety to fight with these. So if we come into a situation to where we have a 45 and we're dealing with one of these with a high power round, we could be in some trouble. But the main thing is we are helping to make our community safer. And so I am honored to be here. I'm honored to have the trust of the community for them to specifically want me here so that we can get this task done. So I look forward to it. And I look forward to us doing a lot more things together. Dr. Hud, and thank you for having me.
Well, thank you.
Hey, you're at the task force. You're the man that
And we
run a safe house. You run a safe house. That's you.
Right.
That's you.
Right. See, and one of the things about it, I want you to know that this is ongoing for us, because so often, they get around to us doing the crap, but we're going to cover the best we can the day to day, so that let people know that this is not, when the cameras are left, we're going to still be here, because we are part of the community. And so we want our community to have a voice, not with somebody that's interpreting what we're about. We want the community to say ourselves what we're about and what we want for our community, for our children to grow up under. So that's really what this is all about. And we want to thank everyone who's come out today, and we want everyone to continue to talk to our young people. When I came along, young people were protectors of the community. We were defenders of the community. The old people used to like to see us when we came around because they knew that everything was going to be all right, Reverend. Okay? But the thing about it is these days, unfortunately, we have a little job to do, because now old people in our community are afraid of their children. And that's against the law of nature. The young Turks protect the old Turks. See? And so that's what we're saying. We're going to get this order back again, where young people love their elders, love their ancestors. And so therefore that means that then they're going to love their babies. And then men are going to love the women, and women are going to love the men. Then we're going to have a community of builders. And we're not begging for anybody. We're just saying that we're builders and we got to come together. But that's some issues. And again, those issues are not of our own doing. These are systematic issues, okay, that will create divisions in our community. So we're just delighted to have you here. And of course, it said Black Lives Matter, and they've always mattered. We used to say black is beautiful. The first Million Man March I went to, they said, how many must die before we unify, right? How many must die before we unify? And so what we're saying is that some of us are saying enough has already died. Too many have already died before we unify. So that's why we're here today.
Did you know that in today's society, your credit score is like a vital sign in the hospital? It's being monitored at all times. If not by you, certainly someone else is monitoring your credit. It can have various impacts over your life. It can impact your insurance premiums as well as your interest rates. You can be denied the ability to rent a home, purchase a car, get a credit card, or even more, you can be denied employment. Did you know that over the course of your lifetime, less than an excellent credit rating could cost you over $150,000? 20% of credit reports have errors on them, causing lower credit scores. But did you know this? The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives all Americans, including you, the right to dispute and or investigate any item on their credit report. Inaccurate, erroneous, or obsolete items such as late payments, charge-offs, foreclosures, judgments, repossessions, bankruptcies, tax liens, collections, short sales, medical bills, and many other items can be removed from your credit file or can be updated to reflect paid as agreed. Hey, you don't have a minute to waste. Call me today at 706-366-5520. Again, that's 706-366-5520. Let's get started increasing your credit score.
My name is Kanadia Walker. I'm 14 years old. Been on the team for 2 years. And when I grow up, I want to be a dance instructor, go to dance school, a dance college, and yeah.
Hello, my name is Sylvester Jenkins, pastor of Passover Ministries, and you're watching The Way to Live. Join us on this broadcast as we talk about life skills. God bless you.
What do you feel about this whole issue when people say, well, all lives matter, and they have a problem with you having Black Lives Matter? What do you think about that?
You know, I just feel like it's basically like what we do to ourselves that make them feel or initiate the violence or have the mindset that they have towards us. So us as a community, us as a people, we have to stand up for ourselves. We have to start to be the representation for our community. We have to start being in place of the official that we look for and that we reach out for to help us. We have to be those people. We have to place and appoint ourselves to ultimately be what it is that we need in the hood, in the communities. Wherever it is that we feel the change is needed, we have to step in place to be that change. Ultimately, that's how I feel about it, being a contributor to the problem. You know, I feel like I have to be 100% a part of the solution, because I once was the same one, running with the gun, shooting the guns, committing the violent acts towards my own people. So now I'm being on the front line. I place myself on the front line to be a solution to the problem. And that's why I scream Black Lives Matter, because I'm a black individual that's want to, you know, and contribute to the taking and the violence in the hood as far as Black Lives went. So now I'm just contributing to my people and giving back.
Hello, I'm Cedric Mitchell, and today we're going to talk about getting an estimate during tax time. You definitely want to get an estimate during tax time. It's very important to shop around, but it's also very important to keep your identity and your secure information safe. When doing an estimate with any tax company, you do not need your full social, your full date of birth, or any of your pertinent information as with your employer. So feel free to get an estimate, but make sure you shop around safely. The year of birth, Social Security card, Social Security is not required, so be careful when getting Social Security cards and W-2s, because there are many tax offices out here that are legitimate, but there are also many that are not. And what they will do is e-file your return as soon as you leave, even though you haven't signed any documentation. A lot of people don't know that the IRS will only take a Social Security number for you or a dependent once. So be careful when you shop around and be safe.
Hello, my name is Tilford Thomas of Thomas Computers, and you're watching New Way to Live Networks.
We're here with really what my motivation to a great extent and my credibility for being out here today, and that's Sister Cleopatra Bond.
Correct.
And she's with an organization called Judge Not, be a part of the solution. Now, Sister Cleopatra and I are involved in what we call the reentry movement, helping young people who are coming back, well, anybody, not just young people, anybody who are coming out of prison trying to get their life back together. That's what Judge Not means. Don't be judging people. If you're not going to help them, leave them alone. Now, today, of course, you put together really to a great extent people to come out here to support the effort and encourage people to come out and bring guns.
Correct.
What was your motivation? Why now? Why hadn't you done it before? Why wouldn't you wait till later? Why now?
Well, to be honest, Dr. Hood, I was really hesitant of doing so due to my background, to be honest.
Right.
So I had to reach out to Tonza, which is the president of the NAACP, to be able to facilitate this, because I, as you know, am a convicted felon by due to a gun charge that I had 17 years ago when I was 17 years old.
Right.
So therefore, I didn't know how I really was going to be able to orchestrate this. I've been wanting to do it, but I just didn't know. I just didn't have the know-how. So I had to sit back and think about, you know, how and what would be the best effective way to be able to put this, orchestrate this.
Right.
So I had to be able to call my sister in to be able to make this happen. And then, of course, I reached out to you. So I feel like our community is our community.
Right.
These are our children. I have a 21-year-old son. I have a brother that I have a lot of young men and old men that I deal with.
We're getting younger.
That I love dearly. So therefore, I feel like us as women, we are the men's backbone. We have to be able to be there to inspire them and encourage them to do what they don't know how to do, or really what they don't want to do at times. So I said, you know what, Tonza, I need your help. I need you to I can't deal with these guns, so you deal with it. I can just make sure that I can facilitate and make sure it goes as planned, but I just need you to deal with the guns. So therefore, when my sister, she was a part of something yesterday that I felt like my presence needed to be there, because, of course, one hand watches another.
That's right.
Us as a community, that's what we need to do. We need to be able, it's bigger than just a gun buyback to me today is. It's about us coming together as a community and being able to show our community that we can do this. I don't need CPD.
Right.
I didn't need nobody out of that government center. Nobody out here works for the government center.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I didn't need them. I needed them to come and pick up the guns at the end. That's all I needed them to do. Other than that, because not saying that this not their family members, loved ones that's being out here being murdered or whatever the case may be, but it's too many people that's talking and complaining and not enough doers to do anything.
Right.
So here we are, we doing it.
Right.
They said that we couldn't do it, we weren't gonna be able to do it, people are not giving up their guns. I had a lot of backslash on the behalf of doing this today. And I don't even live here, but I made it my business to come here because this is where I'm from.
Right.
This is where my kids, my loved ones, my family, even not blood family, but family alone that I call family is here.
Right.
So this is where I start from. This is my childhood friend, Delisa. She's been with me from the start. We've been at Diamond Elementary School together.
Right.
She's with me every step of the way with the movement of Judge Nainga, whatever I decide to do when it comes to our community.
Right.
So, who would have known someone way from elementary school would be there and say, listen, I'm with you with whatever you want to do.
I'm still with you.
I'm still with you from elementary school.
Right.
So, it's not a black or white thing. You know what I mean? Not to me. I don't see color. I see an issue.
Right and wrong.
Yeah, so that's why it says be a part of the solution. You don't have to be black, white, Asian to be a part of the solution. We need a solution. We got issues that we need to attack.
Right.
So I feel like we're going to be able to, we have to be able to plan, think, and execute.
Right.
And that's what we're doing today. We execute.
One leg.
One is it? Okay. Oh, one thing I want to ask, because many times I know, because I know I've been pushing. A lot of people say, "Feel Fletcher, Vaughn, yeah." Say, she trying to bring peace? I said, yeah, she's trying to bring peace. Why should why would she be trying to bring peace? So would you just speak for a moment? Everybody got a past. So therefore, and there's a thing called resurrection. In the Bible, people call it resurrection. Meaning that you fall down, and what does it say? And you get up. So speak to those people out there who are falling down, and let them know there's a getting up ain't bad.
Dr. Hood, the streets, when you live the type of life that I have lived, the streets turn you into a person that you're not. So when you say, they say trying to bring peace, I'm all about peace, but at the end of the day, I'm a human being. So when situations come to you, no one is perfect. You can't, a situation may come to you that you may handle totally different than what I'm going to handle. So at the end of the day, first and foremost, I am a woman. I am human. And whatever comes my way, however I decide and choose to deal with it, to my best ability, that's how I'm going to deal with it. Right. Everybody may not agree with that. Right. You know what I mean? Right. I might not agree with how you tie your shoes.
Right.
You might not agree with how I tie my shoes. Right. But at the end of the day, the shoes tied. You know what I mean? So if any situation that needs to be dealt with, I'm going to deal with it accordingly. Right. I can't be judged. That's why it's called Judge Not Ink.
Exactly.
You can't judge me for how I choose to live my life. And not saying that I have made all the right decisions in life.
Yeah.
It's called maturity. It's called growth.
Right.
I'm not.
Say
When
it again.
it's called maturity and growth.
That's
when
right.
I committed these crimes, I was 17,
Growth and
18,
development.
correct.
Right.
Years old. I'm 35. I'll be 36 next month.
Right.
So I'm still being held for what I did as a teenager.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's always like that, especially with our own kind, which I hate.
Right.
You know, it's always like that. They're going to always hold all the negativity over your head, but they're not talking about I'm out here in this 100-degree weather.
Exactly.
Trying to do something for their community.
And where are they?
Yeah, where are they complaining and talking about me and my past?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So that's what, when people go, I hear it all the time. My brother just talked about this morning with me. I hear it all the time. And you know, back in the days, our parents used to tell us sticks and stones may break our bones, but words that never hurt.
Right.
I don't know where they came from with that, but words hurt. But I don't allow them to tear me down. I might get emotional for a minute and let it just sit there, but I be feeling like that's the devil want to play with my train of thought, want to throw me off focus. I got something big and better to do.
And that's critical. Because the whole idea is that it shows courage.
Yeah.
See, because everybody has a path. It ain't what you do, okay? It ain't where you start and where you end up.
Correct.
That's really the key thing, right?
Correct.
And so many of us end and start off in poverty.
Correct.
But we're not in poverty no more.
No.
Nobody complains about that.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So what the whole point of that, you know, we took lemons and we made lemonade. And so therefore, and we learned from that. And that's what anybody can do. You learn every day. Like I said, you grow from your mistakes, and you learn more from your mistakes than you do your victories.
Hi, my name is Felicia L. Hamilton, and you're watching New Way to Live TV.
Thank you for watching Visions Live, Dr. Hood Vision Live. And of course, as always, remember, peace, love, and prosperity is in our hands. Have a good day. See you soon.
Hello, everybody. This is Johnny Newsom with Financial Solution and Associates, and you're tuned into New Way to Live Network.
Hello, my name is Juan Lane, and thank you for tuning in to this station, New Way to Live. Listen, we can't do it without your help. We need you to send your donations in today. This is how this station operates, and we're trying to do the very best for you and your family with the production that we have. We are really giving it our all, but we cannot continue it without your financial support. So please send your offerings in to P.O. Box 3615, Columbus, Georgia 3631903, in care of New Way to Live, and we'll make sure that we get it on so we can keep this great program going. If you and your family are enjoying it, we pray that you continue we pray that you send us a offering that we can continue it and do the very best for you. Also, make sure that you watch our public education program. This is a very special program where it can help you prepare for your next test. The public education program right here on New Way to Live. Thank you.
Did you know that the majority of people have no will, trust, or power of attorney? What will happen to your children, property, or other assets? If you can't make decisions for yourself, who will know your wishes? Will the appropriate people know where to find all of your personal and financial documentations and information? Well, we have a program developed by attorneys to complete at your own pace from the comfort of your home. You can update this program as needed with no add-ons or surprise fees. You can secure all of your important information in this virtual password-protected safety deposit box with easy-to-use services and client support system available. Please call me today at 706-366-5520. Again, call me today at 706-366-5520. I hope to hear from you soon.